Eye-catching. Attracting attention or interest, striking or remarkable in appearance. The storefront had an eye-catching display of colorful balloons and streamers. The company's marketing campaign featured an eye-catching logo that immediately captured the audience's attention.
Nerve-wracking. Cause extreme stress, anxiety, or tension, often making one feel mentally or emotionally strained. Waiting for the exam results was nerve-wracking. I couldn't focus on anything else. Giving a speech in front of a large audience can be nerve-wracking for some people.
Short-sighted describes a visual impairment where distant objects appear blurry. Lacks foresight or long-term thinking. Without her glasses, she's short-sighted and can't see the whiteboard clearly. The company's short-sighted cost-cutting measures led to long-term financial problems.
Easygoing describes a relaxed and laid-back attitude, someone who is not easily stressed or bothered by things. Sarah is so easygoing, she never gets upset even when things don't go as planned. Jake's easygoing nature makes him popular among his colleagues. He's always willing to lend a hand.
Hands-on. Describes a practical approach where someone directly engages with a task or activity. The workshop provided a hands-on learning experience, allowing participants to practice new skills. The best way to learn how to cook is through hands-on experience in the kitchen.
Two-faced. Describes someone who is deceitful or dishonest, presenting one personality to one while presenting a different personality to another. I thought she was my friend, but I later discovered she was two-faced, talking behind my back. Don't trust him, he's known for being two-faced, pretending to be your ally while working against you.
White-collar. Office-based work, especially those jobs that do not involve manual labor and are typically performed in an office or administrative setting. She works in a white-collar job as a financial analyst for a large corporation. Many white-collar workers spend their days behind a desk, working on computers.
Last minute, something that is done, decided, or occurring at the final possible opportunity, or just before a deadline. We made a last-minute decision to go on a road trip and didn't have much time to pack. The team made some last-minute changes to the presentation before the meeting.
User-friendly. Describes something that is easy to understand, operate, especially in terms of interfaces, making it accessible and intuitive for users. The new software has a user-friendly interface, making it easy for beginners to use. This smartphone is known for its user-friendly design, with simple menus and features.
Well-dressed. Describes someone who is neatly and stylishly attired, usually in fashionable or appropriate clothing for a particular occasion. She always looks well-dressed, whether she's going to work or out for dinner. The groom was impeccably well-dressed in his tailored suit for the wedding.
Blue-collar jobs or workers who perform manual labor, typically in an industrial or trade-related field. He comes from a blue-collar family. His parents worked in factories for most of their lives. The company hired additional blue-collar workers to meet the increased demand for production.
Eye-opening. Describes something that provides new insight, often by revealing previously unknown or overlooked information. Traveling to a foreign country can be an eye-opening experience, exposing you to different cultures and ways of life. Reading that book was truly eye-opening. I learned so much about the history of our country.
Broad-minded describes someone who is tolerant, open-minded, and receptive to different ideas, beliefs, or lifestyles. She's very broad-minded and accepts people from all walks of life without prejudice. Being raised in a multicultural environment made him broad-minded and appreciative of cultural diversity.
Ready-made. Something that is already prepared, completed, or available for immediate use without needing further assembly or customization. She bought a ready-made meal from the supermarket for dinner because she didn't have time to cook. He opted for a ready-made suit rather than getting one custom-tailored due to time constraints.
Tight-fitting. Describes clothing or items that are closely shaped to the body, providing a snug or close fit without being loose or baggy. She wore a tight-fitting dress that accentuated her curves. He prefers tight-fitting shirts for exercising as they provide better support.
Deeply rooted describes something that is firmly established or ingrained, referring to beliefs or traditions that are deeply entrenched in a culture or society. His deeply rooted fear of failure stemmed from childhood experiences. The company's success can be attributed to its deeply rooted commitment to quality and customer satisfaction.
Better off describes a situation where someone is in a more favorable or advantageous position compared to another. Despite the economic downturn, she is better off than many of her peers because she has a stable job. Moving to a smaller house allowed them to save money, and now they're financially better off.
Densely populated. An area with a high concentration of people relative to its size, often resulting in crowded living conditions and high population density. Tokyo is one of the most densely populated cities in the world, with millions of people living in a relatively small area. The densely populated neighborhood experienced traffic congestion during rush hour due to the large number of residents commuting to work.
Good looking. Describes someone who is physically attractive in appearance, often with pleasing features or an appealing overall appearance. She's always been considered good looking with her striking blue eyes and radiant smile. Despite his age, he remains good looking and youthful, thanks to his healthy lifestyle.
Strong-willed describes someone who possesses a determined and resolute personality, showing firmness of purpose to persist in their decisions. Despite facing numerous challenges, she remains strong-willed and determined to achieve her dreams. His strong-willed nature helped him overcome adversity and succeed in his career.
Remote-controlled describes a device or system that can be operated from a distance, typically using a remote-controlled device. The toy car is remote-controlled, allowing children to maneuver it from a distance. He installed a remote-controlled garage door opener for convenience.
Big-headed. Describes someone who is arrogant, conceited, often thinking highly of themselves, and displaying an inflated sense of superiority. Ever since he won the competition, he's become so big-headed, acting like he's better than everyone else. Don't let success make you big-headed, remember to stay humble and grateful.
Mass-produced. The manufacturing process of producing a large quantity of standardized products on a large scale, using assembly line techniques and machinery. The company switched to mass-produced goods to meet the high demand from customers. These mass-produced toys are identical and lack the craftsmanship of handmade ones.
Long anticipated describes something that has been eagerly awaited or expected for a significant period of time. The release of the new movie was a long-anticipated event for fans who had been waiting for years. After months of planning, the long-anticipated wedding finally took place.
Well-behaved. Describes someone who acts in a manner that is socially acceptable, obedient, and polite, often following rules or norms of conduct. The children were well-behaved during the school assembly, sitting quietly and listening attentively. The restaurant is known for its well-behaved clientele, creating a pleasant dining atmosphere for everyone.
Bloody-minded. Describes someone who is obstinate, stubborn, or uncooperative, often intentionally causing difficulty or being difficult to deal with. He's so bloody-minded, he refuses to listen to any other opinions and insists on doing things his own way. The project was delayed because of his bloody-minded refusal to compromise on certain issues.
Broad-shouldered describes someone who has wide or broad shoulders, often implying physical strength or a robust build. He stood tall and broad-shouldered, exuding confidence and presence. The knight's broad-shouldered armor made him appear even more imposing on the battlefield.
Bad-tempered describes someone who is easily irritated, quick to anger, or frequently in a state of bad mood. He's always so bad-tempered in the mornings until he's had his coffee. Her bad-tempered outbursts often create tension in the office.
Widely recognized. Describes something that is acknowledged, known, or accepted by a large or diverse group of people across various contexts or areas. Albert Einstein is a widely recognized figure in the field of theoretical physics. Her achievements in human rights activism are widely recognized and celebrated worldwide.